In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
First order of the business the court's going to call is Newton County case CR 2017-44, State of Arkansas versus Robert Reed.
This case will go to trial.
Very well. It's scheduled for trial next week. We'll have to see where the rest of the docket stands to pick which day it's going to be going to jury trial on.
Thank you.
All right. You may be excused. First case the court's calling from here in Boone County is 2018-147, State of Arkansas versus Paula Jean Bentz. Court is making the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Ms. Bentz. Excuse me. This case is for arraignment on charges of breaking or entering, Class D felony, theft of property, Class A misdemeanor, financial or non-financial identity fraud, Class D felony, and theft by receiving a Class D felony. On those charges, how does she plead?
Not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is entered of record. This case is on the Division 3 docket of Judge Putman, and I'll set it for reappearance in front of Judge Putman on May 11th. All right. Any other matters to take up today?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. 2018-66, State of Arkansas versus River Church. This is for arraignment on charges of, in this case, commercial burglary, Class C felony, and 2 counts of commercial burglary, Class C felony, criminal mischief in the first degree, Class A misdemeanor, and a 2nd count of criminal mischief. Mr. Church, have you arranged to be represented by an attorney?
He has,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Oh, okay. On those charges, how does he now plead?
Not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is noted. This case is on the Division 4 docket of this court, and he'd be set by scheduling order.
Your Honor, he also has 2018-24-4. Could we use the same scheduling order?
What is,
It's on the 2nd page, Your Honor, under the reappearance.
Too long ago, didn't we? I know we did. We put him out,
let me see what that is.
didn't we? Judge, I have the scheduling order.
Well, I'm sure you do. On that scheduling order, today's date is the date to review the case and determine the status of the case in terms of trial preparation. Where do we stand in that regard?
Your Honor, in that case, the discovery has been completed. We were waiting to have somebody appointed in 2018-66 so I could give them discovery and discuss a resolution.
We have that, Your Honor. He's provided that today.
Judge, Mr. Church also has a hold from Taney County, and I have not talked to Taney County to inquire what they were thinking of doing in this matter. The public defender may want to do that. Maybe we can coordinate something across the 2 states.
Okay. Well, I'm delighted if you can resolve multiple cases, but it seems to me on the issue of putting Mr. Church's new case on the same scheduling order as the old case, the only problem the court has with that, we've already prepared a scheduling order that on the new case that sets him for trial in November with corresponding dates coming back. If both cases go to trial, they wouldn't be able to go to trial together. I mean, it doesn't appear to me they're cases that could be joined for trial. So, and they can be pled out regardless of the scheduling order. These aren't cases where we're waiting for drug tests to be done or things like that. So I'm just going to leave it on the earlier one on the scheduling order. We've got it on. He's in the older case. Mr. Church is down to reappear next on June 22nd with trial set in July. And then on the more recently filed case, the court is going to set it for it's for a review hearing in August, pretrial September 28th, and jury trial in November. If they can be joined for a plea resolution, that can be done without regard to that trial schedule. So we'll just we'll just go with the one that's the order we've already prepared, which has in has him down for November 5th trial week. November 2nd is the plea deadline. September 28th will be his date for pretrial, and his next reappearance will be August 17th. So there'll be two separate trials scheduling orders and two separate trial periods. But as I say, there's no reason the two cases can't be played out at the same time if a plea agreement is reachable. But that'll be the order of the court.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
We'd like to tell you our reason for raising the minimum legal sale age of tobacco products from 18 to 21.
We will not be Big Tobacco's replacements for those who die each and every day from tobacco-related illnesses.
18 and 19-year-old tobacco users are a major supplier of tobacco products for younger youth.
Raising the legal age to purchase tobacco or nicotine products to 21 eliminates access to those suppliers, giving us a brighter future, a tobacco-free future.
We are loud and proud, and we will define our own future. For more information, visit sosprojectprevent.com.
This message is brought to you by your master tobacco settlement dollars at work.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Summer is just around the corner, and the staff at Harness Boots and Shoes are ready with all the latest styles of tennis shoes, sandals, dress shoes, casual shoes, boots, and hiking shoes. You'll find the most popular brands such as Merrell, Birkenstock, Chaco, New Balance, and Twisted X for men, women, and children. And if you don't find the style or color you want in stock, they'll be happy to order them for you. Don't forget, $10 down will hold anything in the store on layaway. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus a $2,000 special edition bonus on a new 2018 Tundra Crewmax Special Edition. Offers end June 4th.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
2018-154, State of Arkansas versus Zachary Lewis. Or Mr. Church, you may be excused, excuse me. 2018-154, Zachary Lewis. Mr. Lewis is for arraignment on charges of failure to register as a sex offender. Mr. Lewis, have you made arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
By applying to the Public Defender's Office?
Correct.
You got it. Okay, good. Court will make the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Lewis. On the charges, how does the defendant now plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty is entered. On this matter, the case will be on the Division 4 docket, will be set for trial the week of November 5th. Pre-trial is scheduled for September 28th. And August 17th will be his next appearance in court for a review hearing. That'll be the order of the court. Any other matters to take up today?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
You may be excused, sir. 2018-143, State of Arkansas versus Clint Eugene Phillips.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I may approach, Judge.
You may.
Sam, is this going to be yours? Or?
It's going to be Gibson's.
Based on the affidavit, the court's going to make the appointment of the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Phillips. He's for arraignment on charges of failing to register.
Your Honor, we'd waive a formal reading of the charges and enter a plea of not guilty.
Judge, now that the Public Defender Office has entered an appearance, I'm going to give discovery to the Public Defender's Office.
Judge, I will ensure that Derica gets it.
All right.
Your Honor, with this being a Judge Putman case, I assume he's on the bench next week.
Yes, he's scheduled for the 11th.
If the court ordered this man to reappear next week in front of Judge Putman, I'm sure they can deal with bond at that time.
All right. May 11th is, he's set for your next appearance will be May 11th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be excused. 2017-292, State of Arkansas versus Kelly Davis. Do we have lab back on this?
We do.
I just got it in my hands, Your Honor.
Actually, we faxed it to your office on May 1st.
All right. This case is on the scheduling for next week. Is it a case that's going to trial, or is there a disposition possible?
It should be brought over now that I have these labs back. I can speak with them.
All right. I'll direct that Mr. Davis will be transported over for the afternoon session of court. Mr. Davis, you may be excused at this time. Court will call 2017-286, State of Arkansas versus Ricky Freeman.
Judge, with regard to Mr. Freeman, the labs are back. We've issued subpoenas. He's set for trial next week. I did make a plea offer in this case.
And Judge, if we have a plea offer that was sent over yesterday and I haven't had a chance to go over with my client,
I think it's the same one from April 17th. I haven't reduced it to writing yet.
You haven't reduced it?
To writing in the form of a plea statement.
I see, okay. Well, so I direct it'll be brought over for the afternoon so we can review it?
Judge, I'll go visit him during lunch.
Okay.
If that's all right. I'm not sure.
Okay, so we're not directing transport at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
I'll let the jail know if it needs to be brought over.
Mr. Freeman, your counsel's going to attempt to visit you during lunch today, so. All right.
Yes, sir.
You may be excused. 2017-288, State of Arkansas versus Carl Plumley. Pardon? All right, Mr. Plumley, can you hear the court?
Your Honor, he's not able to hear the court very well. He's got his hearing aids in, but he's still impaired.
All right. Court will direct that Mr. Plumley will be brought over for the afternoon session of court. You may be excused at this time.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
We'd like to tell you our reason for raising the minimum legal sale age of tobacco products from 18 to 21.
We will not be Big Tobacco's replacements for those who die each and every day from tobacco-related illnesses.
18 and 19-year-old tobacco users are a major supplier of tobacco products for younger youth.
Raising the legal age to purchase tobacco or nicotine products to 21 eliminates access to those suppliers, giving us a brighter future, a tobacco-free future.
We are loud and proud, and we will define our own future. For more information, visit sosprojectprevent.com.
This message is brought to you by your master tobacco settlement dollars at work.
Court's going to call Boone County case 2018-29, 2018-43, 2018-49, 2017-298, 2017-213, 2017-246, 2017-269, 2017-272, 2017-273, 2017-335, 2017-336, as well as 2018-30 and 2018-119. And then Newton County case 2017-67. State of Arkansas versus John Shoemaker.
Judge, this issue's proceeding to trial. I spoke with the state on this. We'll be taking these matters up on the June 4th trial week.
You're moving for a continuance of the trial?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, I gave, because there's so many cases, and Mr. Burnett doesn't want to try them all to the same jury panel, I gave him 2 cases, 2018-29, and off the top of my head, I don't remember the other one, but it's a 2017 case that I prioritized.
You said 2. Which were they? Just name. Give me the numbers again.
29, Your Honor.
29. Okay.
2018-29, and do you have my email with the other ones?
The other one is 2017-335.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to reflect that all those cases are continued from their current trial setting. This docket reflects that 2018-119 hasn't been arraigned. I'm almost positive we've already arraigned that case. Let me pull that up. It was originally assigned to Judge Putman's docket, but I'm pretty sure we arraigned him and transferred it to my docket.
Judge, I believe you're correct, after speaking with Jared.
On April 20th, this court arraigned, took a plea of not guilty on that case, and set him down to reappear today. All right, so I'm just trying to make sure we've got them all. All cases, the trial date is being moved till June 4th as an excluded period. And including the case from Newton County. Well, the Newton County case already has a trial date of July 23rd, according to this. I can look that up too, but anyway, we need to make sure we keep track of the various cases. But I want to get started trying them as quickly as possible with this many cases, and we don't know how many trials we're going to have. So let's. I don't want it to be continued beyond June 4th.
Judge, I scheduled the whole week of June 4th off, so we'll take all of them up then if we have to.
Fine with me.
All right.
I was interviewing witnesses in Missouri last night and again this morning, so I'm ready to go.
On the record, the cases that are being given priority on the Boone County docket are cases 2018-29 and 2017-335. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Now, Mr. Shoemaker, did you want to say something?
Yes, sir. I should know more about it today, but I think I hired an actual lawyer, so that way I can get this moving too. Because I'm ready to get it done just as fast as you are.
All right. Well, you don't have anybody to appear here today?
I'm not sure. She was supposed to come up here and have a meeting with me today.
All right.
Public defense was supposed to be here last night to go over some of these, but he didn't show up.
Judge, that's not accurate.
All right. Well, Mr. Shoemaker, the state is furnishing you at no cost an attorney, and you're getting a good attorney. You do not need to disrespect him. So you know that's fine. If you want to hire an attorney, that'll save the taxpayers, and I'm all for that. I'm not opposing that, but you need to get the person hired, and they need to come to court and enter an appearance.
Yes, sir.
And until they do, I'm not going to remove the public defender's office as your attorney. This case right now is scheduled for the week of June 4th. At least one or two of these cases we'll start trying during that week of June 4th, and we're not going to have another continuance of the trial date unless your new attorney absolutely says they cannot be ready for trial. So if you're pursuing private counsel, then get about it and get that person in here. All right, you may be excused.
Thank you.
2017-218, State of Arkansas versus Sean Collette.
Judge, I believe we're still waiting for forensic.
So there hasn't been an evaluation at this point?
Not that I've seen, Your Honor.
I know we have not had one returned.
Okay. The court has signed the orders for the evaluation. That was in February, and that's the last
That's correct.
docket. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
is there any way, I'm ready to take care of this today, is there any way I can come over to afternoon court so I can talk to my lawyer?
Judge, I can't let him proceed without that forensic.
All right. Well, as long as this evaluation is pending, the court, the law actually suspends action on this case. I'll direct your attorney talk to you about it, but it is at his earliest convenience. But really, there's nothing we can do today. With that, I wouldn't take a plea if one was worked out on, without a great deal of evaluation of the circumstances. So I'm not going to take a plea today. So you may be excused at this time. Well, just a second. I'm going to put you down for a reappearance. Put you down for a reappearance on June 1st. We'll check and see where we are on the forensic evaluation.
Thank you.
All right. You may be excused.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camps Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Sullivan Pharmacy has been serving your prescription needs for over 40 years. Our professional staff is glad to assist you with prescriptions, over-the-counter medicines, and healthcare products. Stop by Sullivan Pharmacy if you have questions about Medicare Part D, and we'll be glad to help. If you're in a hurry, use our convenient drive-through window so you don't have to get out of your car. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 North Main Street in Harrison, helping you feel better since 1965.
From the makers of the best-selling Yamaha Grizzly and Kodiak 700 comes the all-new Kodiak 450, the world's only midsize ATV with Yamaha-proven off-road capability, all-day comfort, and confidence-inspired performance. The all-new Kodiak 450, starting at just $59.99.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
2018-110, State of Arkansas versus Daniel Hill. We put this case down by scheduling order. It's scheduled out for review on August 17th. Mr. Burnett, we don't have any lab back yet, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. It looks like you went into custody on 5/4 of 18, is what I have on the notes.
Okay.
Or, sorry, on 4/27.
Right, I don't think he's had a court appearance. He was arraigned earlier.
He appeared on 4/27 in front of Judge Putnam.
That's what these notes reflect, Your Honor. Looks like Mr. Gibson handled that matter.
Right.
I'll get over to Sam.
Okay, get over and see him. There's nothing entered. That appearance before Judge Putnam's not in the record at this time. But we had notice of it and entered a scheduling order that sets his case for review on August 17th, for pretrial on September 28th, and for trial during the week of November 5th. All right. Yeah, so I'll ask you to do as quickly as you can to get over and talk to him about the case. All right. You may be excused, sir. 2018-46, State of Arkansas versus Edward Cliff Redfield. Oh.
Last night I was in communication with the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office to see if we can set up a staff session from the Redfield. I'm in communication with Fairfield County this morning. I'm trying to do that at the break.
All right. Thank you very much.
You do represent them, though?
It appears so. Yes. Discovery. Here's Discovery. It looks like my notes reflect he's still in Carroll County.
All right. Well, we'll see about trying to make some arrangements to get him in front of the court later today by Skype. 2018-56, 2018-144, State of Arkansas versus Travis Woolsey. This has two different attorneys assigned.
I have both now, Judge.
Okay. Lucky you.
Yes. Judge, Mr. Woolsey was arraigned on 2018-144 last week. The court had a prior scheduling order in 2018-56. For ease, I would like those cases to track going forward. I'm not moving to join them for trial by any stretch of the imagination, but just for appearance sake, if we could have them both appear at the same time. And then also, if we can be heard as to bond once context works.
The older of the two cases is down for trial during August with a pretrial in July, and May 18th is his next appearance in court date. Let's see. And then, of course, we have a different scheduling order. And they don't, in fact, they don't well, in fact, they don't overlap at all. They kind of, one extends the other. But
do we have an active revocation on him? It would be possibly cases 2016-66 or 2012-271.
Chris Derrick only has 2 files, so that's all you filed.
That doesn't mean he might not have been served.
But Derrick would have it. Yes.
in terms of tracking, I don't have any problem with having them, when he's ordered to appear on one, he'd be ordered to appear on the other. But we've got separate scheduling orders. I assume they are not cases that are going to be triable at the same time.
No, Your Honor, they're totally different circumstances.
Right. So what I'm going to do is just leave the scheduling orders as they stand right now. But what we'll do is we'll add to 2018 144 that his next appearance on that will be scheduled for, I believe, July 6th is the next appearance. I'll add July 3rd and July 6th and August 3rd are added to his appearance dates in 2018-144. The idea is that every time he appears in 2018 56, that he also appear in 144. The deadline for trial in 56 is the week of August 6th, and that should dispose of it. If both cases aren't disposed by that date, then the other one will just go ahead on its scheduling order, where his next appearance after that will be August 17th, and
Very well.
Forward towards trial in November.
Very well. Judge, with regard to bond, Mr. Woolsey, lifelong resident of the area, has family. If he's able to make bond, Travis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
If he were able to make bond, Judge, he would go live with his grandmother. He has employment with his father's construction company. The initial bond that he had was $2,500. Admittedly, this new charge came while he was out on bond on the first charge. I would submit to the court that in order to secure his appearance, a $5,000 bond would be sufficient, and I would ask the court to set a bond of $5,000 to cover both cases.
Judge, there's a few facts that are being left out. As we pointed out the last time he was in court, he also has a pending case in Taney County, Missouri. And while the 2018-144 did occur while he was out on bond, and the court sees that it may only be an allegation of theft of property as a habitual offender. What the court does not see is the traffic tickets that went along with this, which include a DWI charge. I was given those. I've decided that they can stay in district court as opposed to being brought here to circuit court, but he also has those, a variety of tickets. I know there's the DWI, and I think there's a fleeing charge in there. So that being the case, Judge, and I think his bond may be at $25,000 right now.
That's what it was said in the new one.
Being a habitual offender, charges in 2 states and 2 cases, that seems more than a reasonable bond to me.
Judge, I was not aware of the Taney County case. I don't know if they have a hold on him or not.
You can jot down the case number.
You've been researching again.
Yes, sir. Did you want to speak?
Yes, sir. I don't have a Taney County case. I got a Christian County case, and I am on bond, and I've been going to court every time, and I haven't had no charges read to me. There's no district court cases. I've only had this one charge read to me.
Looks like resolved, though.
That's because they issued citations.
I understand.
I don't have to go to court for it.
Well, yes, you do. You were issued citations out of this by the police officers who arrested you, and those are lodged in the district court. I'm sure you'll get advised of when your court dates are. That may be one thing we could ask your attorney to help you with.
Yes, we'll figure out what's going on with that, Judge.
Thank you. On the issue of bond, I guess my inquiry, Mr. Carter, is the allegations that led to the charges in 2018-144, those are the ones where the DWI allegation is involved?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Was it driving this stolen
Yes.
Dodge 3/4 ton truck?
Yes.
Was there any type of accident involved?
Judge, I'm not sure since I only had citations.
The brief discovery that I have seems to say there was no damage, everything was returned.
Well, Judge, let me back up. Now I do remember because there's a little note there. The state police had to use a maneuver to get him to stop, and there was $1,700 plus damage to the state police vehicle.
So he actively fled?
Yes.
And refused to stop. Court is going to set the bond to cover both charges as $20,000, cash or surety. I'm going to, but one bond will cover both.
Thank you, Judge.
That'll be the bond. You may be excused.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
2018-32, State of Arkansas versus Luther Wayne Dillon.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Mr. Dillon is for reappearance today. The state has provided discovery. It was pretty lengthy. I'm still going through all that, but it looks like it's all been provided, Your Honor. The only other action I'd ask to take up today is his bond.
We have him on a scheduling order that sets his case for trial during the week of July 23rd, and he's down for pretrial hearings on June 22nd. At this point, you indicate you do have discovery?
Yes.
Judge, I've indicated to Mr. Downham that we have additional discovery potentially coming with regard to 404B information.
Are there any crime lab testing results that either have been provided or will be provided?
Judge, I do not believe anything was submitted to the Arkansas State Crime Lab.
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Okay. Is the age of the victim an issue in this?
It would be, Your Honor.
With regard to both of them, I believe. And Judge, with regard to 404B information, years ago, the state of Arkansas filed charges of a similar nature against Mr. Dillon. Unfortunately, the witnesses seem to have disappeared for one reason or another. We have since found them, and that's the 404B information we are gathering. In light of that, the bond that the court has posted seems more than reasonable.
If I may, Your Honor, he was never convicted on that charge. He has no felony convictions on his record at this time. He is a longtime resident of this area. I believe the state would say that he was arrested in Louisiana. He was down there working at the time, but he's got a job lined up here if he was to be able to bond out. Again, like I said, he is a longtime resident. He's got a residence that won't have any contact with the victims in this case, Your Honor. I've spoken with my client, and I think a $75,000 bond would be reasonable. That would still be a stretch for my client, but it is something that he has indicated he could possibly be able to bond out with, Your Honor.
Judge, the sheriff's office has had to suspend his communications because not only through third parties has he been communicating with the minor victims, he was communicating regularly with their mother. And so I think it was last Friday that his privileges for communication at the sheriff's office were cut off.
Your Honor, I was not aware of that. That is something that I would have to discuss with my client and make sure that he understands the consequences of the no contact order, Your Honor.
Well, given all the circumstances, the court's going to, at this time, the bond was set originally at $150,000 with a provision for no contact with the victim. It just says victim, but I'm going to read that as plural and include if they're child, those are child victims, that's what I understood, or any members of their family. It also requires that if he makes bond, that an ankle monitor be placed on the defendant. And if he makes bond, I'm going to require that he remain in the state of Arkansas as a condition of bond. I didn't understand that he had been arrested originally in Louisiana. So for the reasons that at least at the time of his arrest he was not living or he was working outside the state, and given the age of the victims and the circumstances, plus the information I've just been provided about him attempting to communicate with the alleged victims, the court's going to leave the bond at $150,000 cash or surety. That'll be the bond. I want this case somewhat fast-tracked in terms of I don't want to have to continue it beyond the July 23rd trial date we have set.
I understand, Your Honor. I believe we're on track right now, Your Honor.
Good. All right. You may be excused, sir.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.